Are you struggling with the idea of relying on a higher power?
You know, a lot of people do, and we're going to talk about that today here on My Sober Truth. Well, it's June 15th, and it's time for another double shot from My Sober Truth. I was giggling as I was reading this today because I know your story a little bit. You've shared it with me more than once, and you've shared it with us, our folks on camera before. But let's jump in the Wayback Machine and let's go back to those early days of rehab and your view of the higher power. I'm not going to spoil it. I kind of know his story, but what was your whole take on this relying on a higher power, submitting to a higher power sort of situation?
Well, my take on it was not good. You know, so I had a friend that I'd called to help get me into rehab. I knew he had some connections, and he did. He helped me get in. And I got to rehab and started reading a little bit of literature, and I kind of really quickly thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to do this. This requires belief in a higher power. You know, this requires belief in God. And I got no interest in that whatsoever. I told everyone that if you would have asked me, I would have told you that I was agnostic or I was atheistic. The truth is, what I was really mad at was the conception I had of God. What I was upset about was the conception of God that I had in my head that I would say was given to me by religion.
Right.
I'm not blaming religion at this point in my life. I'm just saying
that's where you were.
It's where I was.
Yeah.
You know, my thoughts on the whole subject have changed a lot. But what I will say is this. It started to change pretty quickly. So I called the guy that helped me get into rehab, and he goes, look, if you can't find another higher power, just make the group your higher power. He said, can you at least admit that a group of 20, 30 people is a stronger and bigger power than you are? Okay, that makes sense. I can do that. I can do it for a little while. And you run into this saying a lot, act as if. Sponsor told me, get on your knees and pray. Well, what if I don't believe? I don't care if you believe. Act as if. Get on your knees and pray and act as if you do believe. And that was pretty strong for me in the beginning because I didn't know what I believed in. I didn't really believe in any. I don't know that I had a clear picture in my head of anything that I believed in. My whole life was such a big mess that nothing was really clear. But it was so bad that I didn't want to do that anymore. And I didn't know how to fix it. And here was this group of people that were telling me, hey, this can help make your life better. This is what I did to help my life get better, and I think it'll help you too. So understanding that, it all just kind of started falling into place. I didn't come to believe all in an instant. I mean, I didn't have some higher power moment where, you know, God shook the mirror on the wall or I saw a burning bush or whatever. None of that happened. It was, I came to believe over a period of time and over a period of working these steps and putting into action this program of action in my life. And as I did it, my belief got bigger and got bigger, and it started small and it would get bigger and bigger. And I would see how things would work in my life. I would see how things that I couldn't see coming would come my way. Or kind of how I would be shielded from other things that maybe were coming my way that, you know, it was a very, I had to be open to seeing a bigger picture.
It's part of the process is your perspective changed about a lot of things. And specifically in this one instance about what your higher power is. And
Absolutely.
who he is to you in that situation. That's great. So as we wrap up, I was going to ask you this question, how does your perspective change? And you kind of answered it for me. So I'm going to pose this question to our watchers today and get their take on it. And so if you've been in recovery for a while, or even if you're new to the game, we'd love to hear the answer to your question. How has your view of a higher power changed since beginning your recovery? Think about it. Put your answers down in the comments section below. We can't wait to read what you have to say today. And on that note, for My Sober Truth, I'm Mark.
Hey, and I'm Sean. And here's hoping that today you stay drunk with success.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you're thirsty for another round, then belly on up to mysobertruth.com and click on the double shot button today. There you'll find the encouragement, inspiration, and support that'll help you stay clean, on track, and prospering in every area of your life. Take a moment to subscribe to this channel, and if you got a minute, stick around. Let's watch another video together.